I'm not vibing that much. Are we live on YouTube? I was on the wrong side of things. And yes, I am live. Welcome, YouTube. Welcome, welcome. So what I changed the other day, I implemented the pool mode. The seed actually works. There is one thing that doesn't really work that well with the seed, and it's so everything works, like the selection and everything is fine. The only problem is I think the letters are not spawned in the same order, maybe, so I would need to fix that. But otherwise it works. And if you go here, the first thing it will do is it will give you things, and you need to select some scrolls and select some items before you can start. You can select them at random, like this. But actually, I might do it myself. That is definitely cool. That is definitely cool. Capitalism might not be useful. This could be cool. Honeypot. Lexims, we don't care. Enchanted letters, we don't care. So I'm gonna get this. Enchanted letters score. We don't have enchanted letters in this. Shrink is useless. 10 molt is kind of cool. Transform 1 gem letter into 4 normal letters. I don't think so. I'm gonna go with the merge option, and I can play. So the pool mode is this one. The letters are spawning. You have a full pool of letters. So in this case, we have a lot of them. I might need to tune the letters, the letter number. I might need to reduce it a little bit. One thing that is slightly unpredictable is if I say I want 40 letters to be spawned, what I don't predict is how many of the same letters you're going to have, so how many merges you're going to have. So with 40 letters, potentially you could be here, right? Because all of your letters would be small, or you could have like way less of them because they all merge together. I don't think it's a huge deal, but still. Okay, so what we can do now, what we need to do now in this mode, I think it's going to be a chill secondary mode that you can play from time to time. My vision about this mode, which is not going to be in the release because I'm not going to have time. My vision in this mode is that you will have a daily version of it. So every day, everyone plays with the same seed, and you compete into the leaderboard, and you can replay the same seed over and over again during the day to be at the top of the leaderboard if you want. And I think that can be a cool way to play the game, like 10 minutes a day if you want to. Especially cool for mobile, for example, or on the Steam Deck. So the technique in here to score as much as possible is to use the difficult letters first, I think, and also the letters that are going to break. So we kind of need to use this. We could do Kang. Do we have a G? We could do Kanga. Kanga. Ruse, I don't have 2 O's. We need 2 O's, right? So kangaroo, I'm fucked. We could just do Kansas, right? Kansas, that's good. And it can be enjoyed by competitors too. Yeah, totally. Because if you really want to think about it, oops, it went outside. It's not a big deal. If you really want to think about this, you can take your time. You can try to optimize which letters you're going to use first and stuff like that. So this is a gem letter. We need to use it also relatively fast before it explodes. The technique is going to be to keep the gold letters as long as possible, of course. So we can have more points because they increase in value every time, okay? Do we have a D? This would use it doesn't mean anything in English, right? I don't think it does. It does. Easy. And I should use that also. I should make sure to make 5 letters or more. Okay. I have a Y. I need to use Ys. Ys are difficult to use, okay? So I need to use this. Such as... Such as what? I mean, maybe I can start using the R. It's fine. I can do cryo, but it's not going to be cryo. The. If I had another R, it would have been amazing. Cryotherapy. I'm kind of fucked because I want to do long words, but maybe I don't have to do it. There's probably a lot of stuff with Y, just that I don't know. You could do fly, but that's not going to be amazing, right? That's pretty shit. That's pretty shit, but it's okay. By the way, can I do something with this? I can do nature. So I need to keep the E to do natures with all of those letters, and it's going to give me a lot of points, right? I can do nature, natures, maybe not. And I will use that 10 mult for the next word. And that will be, and in this one, gem letters scored 2 times points. It's gonna explode if I use that. So that's nice. This one really is difficult. I could do slopes, but I need the E. Slopes, does it mean anything? I'm kind of afraid, so maybe I can do it right now. Right? I activate both. I should have waited until the end. I don't know if my S is going to work. It's going to. It's going to be a lot of points. That was a lot of points. Merge 2 identical letters. Should we merge the 2 C's? Or... Oh, should we merge the 2 I's? Can I do that? I can. Let's go. That was cool. What can I do in here? I can do big. I can do big. I can do pig. I can do chip. I can do chip. I can do... with the Y, I don't feel like I can do a lot of stuff. So I would do chip. And then what? Can I do something with this? Like this? Does it mean anything? I have no idea. Apparently not. Sig? No. Ah, shit. Maybe I'm fucked. Maybe I'm fucked. So in this mode, I decided to make my life simpler as a dev. You have to end. I'm not checking every time if you can finish with words or not. I'm letting you do it. Hello, Darkside. 3 letters minimum. 3 letters minimum, unfortunately. Maybe something weird exists. You know. I think I'm fucked. Let's say I'm fucked. Let's say I'm fucked. I need to replace that. That was cool. So. I have a few things to fix, but I think it's not necessarily good that I do it now. Because I can easily spend a lot of time fixing it, and that might not be a good idea. That might not be a good idea. Oh, by the way, guys, look at it. I have reworked the shop a little bit. Let me show you the shop. And now, Henry is right there in the little thingy. That's cool, right? We have a bit more space. It reads a bit better. As you can see when you put stuff. Ah, that's cool. As you can see, we have more space in here. I think it reads better. Less information. The chapter is here. I mean, you saw that the other day, but I just finished it. I finished this guy. That's pretty cool. Dropping a letter K, why not? This is cool. Let's go. The vowelophobe. Vowels don't score. I think this should be more reddish, actually. I'm using a muted red in here, but maybe I should not use the muted red. And I should use the actual, like, red. Red Dead Redemption, you know? What do you think? What do I have in here? If the length of the word is 10. I have a slight issue with the size it has, right? In here. It's too long. Oh, I forgot that the vowels don't score. I am fucked. I am really fucked. But that's okay. So this is for later, I don't care. I still have an issue about that. I have too much thing. We need a purely decorative run. A purely decorative rune, sorry. We need a purely decorative rune, and we need to think about a bunch of runes. we need to have a goal, right? The amount of runes that we want to have and stuff. I think I showed it somewhere. I feel like this one... I'm testing something. Come on! Oh yeah, but they're supposed to be... Did I do that? Okay. I'm happy with this one. It does nothing. This one does simply nothing. But I need more runes. I need to come up with more runes, more enchantments, more consumables, more upgrades. Upgrades is kind of easy. I have a bunch of ideas that I need to implement. The other things like the runes and stuff, I'm struggling a little bit more. But maybe I just need to kind of duplicate the amount of... have similar-ish behaviors. It doesn't matter. If it gives you something else, it's pretty cool. Like, for example, if it's a letter that comes from this kind of area, it gives you something else and whatnot. This is always useful. So the idea until release is kind of to have a bunch of them. Like, really a lot of them. I just need to do a bunch every day. That's the idea. We're creating a rune, right? Visual. Did I call it pretty? Yeah. So that, I'll do it later. We don't need it. The shop is done also. Let me just... The shop is done. Runes. So if you have ideas, don't hesitate. Throw me ideas. I'll judge if they're good or not. Because it's always useful. I just need to have a bunch of them, and I can always remove them if they don't work. I don't too much in my debug session to it. No problem. No problem. Don't worry. The thing is, I know myself, I tend to have a difficult time getting into it. Like, I know I need to get into... Usually when I have ideas for upgrades for runes and stuff is at night. When I'm in the bed, I think about the game a little bit, I visualize, and ideas come to me quite easily. This is a very different mood, because you have nothing else to do, you can only imagine, so it's kind of easy. When you're in work mode like that, you're in front of Godot, I think this is not the best place necessarily to have ideas, because you're kind of limited by the... I don't know, you're in work mode, in production mode in a way. Playing can also be a good idea. Can also be a good way to get stuff, because you're like, oh, here, I would like to have this, you know. So that could work. Rune enum. So this is not very efficient the way I'm doing it. So I'm doing it for this one because it was here, but I should not do that, okay? What I mean is, I should get into the mood of doing just runes. I do a bunch of them and then I stop. I come here. I do something else. I batch the things that I do, okay? So rune pretty. Let's do rune pretty. Maybe this will get me started. Rune pretty description. So this is simple. I will just change that to my pretty, which does nothing. Does nothing, but is pretty. Ne fait rien, mais est joli. So, this is going to be stupid, but I think it's fun. Okay. So I'm doing runes, right? I'm doing runes. So let's put it over here. Oh, I don't have any other idea for runes? No, I do. Right? Surely I do. Surely I do. Let's look at the runes that I have. Let's look at the runes that I have. I'm not afraid. I will find. So runes kind of are supposedly they only touch the spawning of elements. That's kind of the idea. So we keep different use cases. So runes are for spawning. As you can see, I don't have enough. Let me just check something, okay? I think we should... I'm gonna put that in here. Release prep. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. I think I need to have at least... How many? 12? 12 runes? Should probably have more. Potions, we have... this is 7, right? 7, 14, 21, 22, 3. 23? How can I have 23? And I don't have enough potions. So right now I have 23 consumables. I think I should have at least 30 to not have too many repetitions and stuff. 30 consumables, more potion. Upgrade, I don't have the number in here. That's kind of a pain. And the enchantments, I don't see them at all. The enchantments, I don't see them at all, but I don't have a lot of them. Enchantments, I can look at... I only have 6 right now. Enchantments, I need to have 15. Enchantments, I need to have at least 15 maybe. I think I would go higher than 12 runes, like 16 runes, if possible. And upgrades, I think I want to have like 100 upgrades. 100 seems fair. That way you don't see everything at once. So if I look at runes right now, I have something that gives you a copy of a random letter. I have something that gives you, on the last request, 1 in 2 chance of dropping a gem. Pretty does nothing. Every 3-drop request, 1 special letter is dropped. When a vowel is dropped, 1 in 10 chance to drop 1 uncommon letter. Those are things that are triggered very often, by the way. This drops a special letter. On the last drop request. We could have something that drops like every time you ask. Okay. To think about more things. I think potentially we can think in terms of trigger, and action, and maybe trigger, occurrence, and action amount, something like that. Maybe it could even be trigger, occurrence, action, amount. Right? So if I list some actions, if I list some triggers, we can have letters spawned, drop requested, first drop request, last drop request. I think that can potentially be an easy way to create that, right? In terms of triggers, I think we can have other things. Why not have merge, right? Like merges, rock destroyed. Do you imagine another trigger? What happens in the game? You could have something like the letter is being destroyed, but I don't think it's useful. It could be letters. In here you can say specific letter, group of letter, letter every X specific letter, right? When you spawn the letter, when it's not, it could also be when it's not. It could be a solution, but I think it might be too much. If it's not, maybe not. Drop requested. I think we can't do anything else. The triggers are not specific, right? The triggers are not specific. In here on the merges, it could be specific letter, group of letter again. Every X merges. That could work. Specific type. Specific type of letter. It's creating. I don't know why I never thought about that. I never thought about thinking about upgrades that way. It kind of simplifies things, right? Rock destroyed. I think this is it. You could even have gold. Gold. Rocks destroyed. That would be very specific. That could be a thing, honestly. It spawns a rare letter. That could be a technique. Oh, we are going to have some work. Oh, we are going to have some work. We should check the wish list for Obel at some point. Okay, those are the triggers. Let's duplicate. Let's put the actions over there. Let's put that under triggers. Can we make the entire thing bigger? So actions, what can we have? I mean, we can drop we can drop a letter. That's always what the runes are doing, right? Should I limit the runes to do just that, or should they also potentially do something on the letters themselves? Honestly, I feel like potentially the runes should not just drop letters. Maybe they can increase letter value. Honestly, why not? Why not? That might be more interesting. And I don't see why they should be limited to just dropping letters, because the idea with dropping letters is I wanted them to help you have the letters you wanted, and because you don't have a pool of letters, and they're just making them more likely to appear, basically, right? But drop letter can be specific, again, specific letter, group of letter, or one in group of letter, letter type, right? Letter type. And increase letter value, I think it's just increase letter value and that's it. I don't think it changes the rarity, but specific letter or letter type. You see, this, I think we need to change it a little bit. Ah, there is specific letter type, chance of letter. No. Chance or certain. Same thing in here, actually. Chance or certain. This is kind of similar to the occurrence stuff. But this, for example, is not enough. You are kind of sad when you see copy array and it's just one value. So maybe this one needs to spawn multiple times. Okay. So if we do that, we already have a bunch of them. Is it true? For example, first drop request, and we put an action, it drops or chance dropping a gem letter. Is it a chance or is it for certain? Maybe it is for certain. I think the equilibrium should be found in how often does the trigger happen and what is the value of that. Because this is only the first one, maybe it's not a chance or the chance is very high. Of dropping a gem letter, right? I think we can have another one on the first drop request. First drop request. We could have very high chance or certain of increasing a value to not have the same thing. Increase value of one random gem letter. Do we want that? Do we want that or not? Do we make it incredibly kind and we default to normal letter? Like, do we default to a normal letter, or we just keep it? If you don't have a gem letter, it doesn't increase it. Ooh, I have an idea. Each drop request, you have a low chance, let's say 5%, of upgrading value of all gem letters. This is not that common, so maybe the low chance can actually be increased. So upgrading the value could be like, I don't know, plus 10. Hey, Hans, how are you doing? Each drop request, you have that low chance. Not too bad, right? Let's continue with the drop requests. On the last drop request, what do we have right now on the last drop request? What do we have? On the last drop request, we have a 1 in 2 chance of dropping a gem letter. Okay. I would give you something for certain. I like this idea. On last drop request, you could have 100% chance. You could have 100% chance of dropping 2 special letters. Why do I say that? Because I like the idea of having to choose between something that could give you a gem letter but you have a chance, and something that gives you something for certain but less value. 100% chance of giving you 1, I think, in this case, of dropping 1 special letter. Okay, so this is 2 first. We will have something for each. We have something We could have something that is a very slow burner. We could have something that is a very slow burner. Each drop request, 100% chance of upgrading specific letter value. And we do like a small, if it's every time, we do like a small +2 maybe to the value, right? But that kind of force you're making a game. Yes, I am. Lexispell, it's called. It's pinned at the top of the chat. It's a word game roguelike with a physics twist. Letters fall down in a cauldron. They merge when they are the same. You try to spell words. For example, cell. I'm in a special mode right now. I don't have to score at all, so it's not going to be representative. You collect money, and then you go to the shop where you buy stuff to upgrade, and then you continue. And for example, in here, the rocks have 1 intentions of giving me 1 Lexim when destroyed. Let me fix this right away. Honeypot. Actually, I have G's for gold, or is for green. I think G's for gold, right? I don't remember. I'm pretty happy of this new technique to think about runes to implement. Right? Because I was struggling and thinking about what are my triggers, what are my actions, and then I just come up with stuff. It's so much easier. This is cool. This is pretty cool. So, last drop request, we have that and we have the other one, so I think I'm fine. Last drop request, first drop request, on drop request, letter spawned, merges. Let's do some merges because on spawning, I think I have some stuff. Even though we could do letter spawned, we could do specific letter spawned, or every X specific letter spawned, 100% chance of gem letter, right? It doesn't cost you a lot, and it could be every X in group of letters. It gives you 100% chance, or it gives you 100% chance of letter in this group. I think this can be useful. If you like the group, that can be pretty interesting in my opinion. You see what I mean? And I think the group could be randomly generated. That could be a thing, potentially. Randomly generate the group. Okay. Let's do merge. Group of letter, every X type of letter. Oh, could be something that happens very often, like when vowels merge. When vowels merge. 50% chance of getting one from group of letter. That, I think it's too high, like 30% chance. Because vowels merging happen often. Rare letters merging is quite rare. I would say... We could have when X in group merges... merge. This will happen not that often, depending on the letters. So it could give you something cool. Like 50% chance dropping special letter. I think. And we could have when one specific type of letter merge, but this is so specific, is it going to be useful? When X merge, we would have, because it's so specific, we could give you something 100%. I feel like giving you a gem letter is just too much. So it could give you a special letter again. Or it could give you a letter from a group. And honestly, that might sound like something less interesting, but depending on the upgrades that you have, it might be much better for you. Yeah, so 100%, one letter from a group. Okay, so that gives us already. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we have... Oops. And we have 6, so that would be 16, and I think that's what I wanted to have. I think that's what I wanted to have. I said 16. So that's cool. That was way easier to do than I thought. So, of course, they are very similar compared to the upgrades that are a bit more different and weird. They're very similar in what they do. But that's normal because they're... The amount of things that they can do, the actions are limited compared to upgrades. So I think that's fair. I think that works. I will still do something when the rocks are destroyed. When rock is destroyed, small chance, because this happens very often. Small chance of doing something, very small chance, 5% of dropping. 5% of dropping either a special letter, like a special letter. I'm afraid that it will be a lot of special letters. Maybe we want more of groups, actually. We don't have that many, right? And you see, if I had formalized my rune logic a long time ago, if I had really formalized it, you can see that basically it is the same thing over and over again, right? So you could have blocks and I could create new runes without coding anything. I would just input the triggers and the things, and then it would do it on its own because it's relatively similar. Unfortunately, I don't have that, so I'll have to do it by hand. But still, the coding part should be actually the easiest. The longest, usually, is... In this case, I need to create some art. I need to find a name, and I need to write the description. Usually that takes longer than creating the actual logic. So when rock is destroyed, this happens very often. 5% chance of dropping something. Do I want to give you... I think I want to give you 5% chance. 5% is not enough in this case. So it's 10% of dropping one letter from group. I think I like this idea of creating groups because it gives you... If you need specific letters, it gives you a way to have more of those specific letters. And then we can do, when gold rock is destroyed, it's something that happens not that often. I want something pretty rewarding. 75%? 50%. 50%. Or 66%. Chance dropping one gem letter. We want more gem, right? Gold rock is attracting gold letter, gem letter. I think that works. This gives us a lot of stuff. I'd like to find them names before we start, because this is something where I will struggle. You can see my names are like Latin in a way. Speciox, Litare, Gemosis, Capire. They're kind of the same name as the thing, but I'm adding like an is, ray, zis, and whatever. I need to do that. I need to do that, and I need to do it... Which is going to be hard, because I have a bunch of them that are similar, right? Gold rock. Goldux. Goldux. Rock is destroyed, you give drop from group. Rockus. When X specific letter merge. When X specific letter merge. Merge A. When X in group merge, 50% of dropping a special letter. Merges. Oh my god. If I was really clever, the naming would have been really clever. Meaning, the suffix would have been what it does. You know, the beginning, like the radical, this big part would have been when, and this would have been what it does. So for example, special, let's say it's X or is, and it would have been always the same, like mergix. And if it's giving you a letter from a group, it's I. And it's giving you a letter, it's E. EE with two E's, for example. It would have been really clever to do that. It would have been really clever to do that. Fuck! It would have been really clever to do that. Why didn't I do it? I can still try to do it. One from group, I. One specific letter. It should be the opposite, I think. This should be E, and this should be I. Because E is like a plural in my head. Mergy. One special letter. X 1 gem letter. Do I have something that gives a gem letter right now? Is do you think is sounds gem? It could be Ux. I prefer Ux. Ux. 1 gem letter, Ux. 30% group of letter. 1 from group, 1 specific letter, 1 special letter, 1 gem letter. Increase value. Increase value of letter or of type letter. Is or Osis. I hope this will work. Increasing the value of one, dropping a letter, dropping a gem letter, 1 special letter. This is cool. Increase value of. Do I have something else that does value? Okay. Increase value of specific letter. Check that. Check that. Ozux. And in here, we see the same logic. I'm constructing a language here. Specific letter, Ozai. Why didn't I think of this? Because to generalize, you need to find the structure. And to find the structure, you need to lay down some ideas. It's not like I know it, right? It's not like it's well known. It's not like that's what we do in programming, for example, all the fucking time. So it drops a gem letter, Ux. Letters from group, Rocky. 1 letter from group, Mergy. 1 special letter, X, perfect. 30% chance of getting when vowels merge. From group. But it's again mergy. Fuck! That doesn't work anymore. That doesn't work anymore. But now it's vowels that are merging. It's vowels that are merging. I could have a modifier before, like vo mergy. Vowel mergy. That's stupid. I like that. 100% every X letter in a group. 100% letters from this group. So from this group would be E, and it's every X in a group of letter. Every X in a group of letter. Groupie. Letterix. 100% chance of dropping 1 special letter. So it finishes by X on the last drop. What would be the last drop? How can I call that? Last drop. It doesn't have to be... It doesn't have to be... How can I call that? It doesn't have to be... Dude, can we... Last drop. Can we have a name for that? I mean, I can do fin, like phoenix, like the last one, right? Each drop. Upgrading value of all gem letters. Drop aux ux. Increasing value of one first drop request. Should I say prime? Primary, primer, what does that mean? Synonym to first, basically. I want a first synonym. Primary, initial, right? And it does what? It increases the value. Okay. A very high chance of dropping a gem letter. Dropping a gem letter. In Ux. That's nice! That makes my life so much easier. What you think? Okay, bud. All right. This is cool. So this means I can do that. This means I can do that. I don't know in-game how I called them. Yeah, I called them like that. Okay. I think I'm gonna take a very small break, that way I grab something to drink and we start implementing that, shall we? It's going to be cool. We have like 16 of them to implement. I wonder if I can do all of them, honestly. Implementing, I think I can, but I will definitely not draw... I will not think about drawing all of them. I think it's going to be difficult. We'll see. Maybe not. I should have kind of should have gone with the same logic in here to draw them. Like, what is a trigger and what does it do, and kind of build from there. It would have been cool. Okay, very quick break. See you in 5. La 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 lam. La la la. 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 La 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 la. Investing in a sunglasses stream that you can use to see through. Please do sunglasses theme with channel points. You are begged by me. Thank you, Luke Wolf. I really appreciate it. I will have to find sunglasses now. I will have to, unfortunately. You're bribing me. That's called bribing. Votre douleur et la souffrance de l'américain rompt votre muse. Hi, Peacebreaker. You're welcome. It's called investing. The return on investment is going to be poor. Let me tell you that. Can I rant about people saying hi without the actual question? Or saying, hey, I have a problem without the actual question or problem in the message? I hate that. And you know, we talked about that earlier. Like, I'm not super good at replying to messages. But there is one thing for sure. If your message starts with hi, especially if I don't know you. If I know you, it might be different. But if I don't know you, and you send me a message that is hi or hello or whatever, but the message is not here, I will not reply. I won't reply. I know I have an Instagram DM that is like that. Like the message is hello. I didn't reply. Hello, can I ask a question? Well, now you can't. Exactly. You ask the question, it's enough. You don't have questions anymore. We want a polygon to have a look, and we want a label to have what? The letter. Exactly. Congrats. Kong the fucking rats. That's pretty cool. Always good to have a dying children in games. Exactly. Dying children are the best thing. But don't worry, everything is fine. I know exactly what I'm doing because I'm a professional. I'm a professional game dev. Look at that. You could clip this. But would that be kind? No, it doesn't lag. You lag. Gulag. The modulate is not being used. The modulate is not being used. Because by default, when there's a shader in Godot 4, the modulate is not used. The fucking modulate is not used. Sorry about that. Maybe I'll done with the shader by then. You can share it on Discord. Yeah, okay. The names are the same, and I'm running different windows with the same names, so it's having a bit of trouble capturing the right window, but otherwise it works fine. And you can see my input working. So that's pretty cool. I see what's happening. It's because the boss is moving. Let's go. I think I'm better now. I think my score should be better on this one. 18 seconds. Let's go. Are you ready? Ta, 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 ta. Let's fucking go. No, why? 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 Oh, whoa, whoa. All right. So we'll do the rune after. We'll do the thing in here after. What I'll do though is I'll write the logic in here. Let's put the music back. And I need to... Yeah, there's too much stuff that needs to be done to create those things. It's really painful. But hey. So, rune. First drop gem. Let's try to call them like this, at least. I think I'm gonna describe so first jump, this is Inuix. Inuix. So first on first drop request, action gem letter is dropped. I'll do the French later on my side, I think. That way it's not going to be too boring. Rune first drop. First drop value. I'm gonna say value gem. This is going to be easy enough to understand. Inuix. On first drop request, one gem letter value is increased. Right? We could add defaults to other letters. If no gem. I think we could write that. Each drop value gem. Could say value all gem. Each drop request. We have chance to drop. No, not to drop. To plus 1 to all gem letters. That's kind of nuts. Each drop. Value. Letter. You see why this is long? Why this takes forever to create all of these? There's just so much stuff to do. So each drop request plus action to condition letter this is so long, I hate it. Rune. Last drop special. Why did I write each like that? Each. On last drop request. This is awful. And I'm getting sleepy. It's incredible how the brain is made. The moment something gets a little bit repetitive and boring, I'm like sleepy as fuck. So X letter spawn drop gem. I think I'm gonna write it like that. This is letter X, right? Oh, this is awful. Come on. We need courage. We need courage. I'm gonna fall asleep. And I don't know where I am every time. X letters, I'm here. 100% chance of getting it. Okay. So every condition dropped. I need to write them the same way. Every dropped I'm gonna put chance of dropping action one gem letter. Rune X group spoon X group. If you want to tell me a story to make time go faster, don't hesitate. So this is group P. Every condition dropped. I'm gonna put chance again, even if I think it's gonna be 100% chance. That way I can still modify it if I need to. Of dropping one from this group. Procrastinate a lot. My mailing task to YouTubers. I drew some swarm environment. Good luck. It's not fun. I did it a bit for Obo, and it was not fun. But it felt much better the moment I decided to reuse the same message. That way it was just copy and paste, and that was much easier. I don't know if it's going to be as effective, but we have to do what we can. Rune. Merge vowel spawn X group. I don't know if it's a good idea to name them like that. But hey, I will expect from 80, 10 to 20. I know their content, and so let's make some jokes, customized wines. Yeah, sure. Makes sense. Fair enough, I would say. So, when vowels merge, you have chance of dropping action from... I don't think I have a way to do that. Or maybe I have in action. Yeah, I do. It's action value. So actually we could use action value in here. Come on, we can do it. We have 4 left to do. So rune merge when actually X merge. So in here I'll call it vowel merge. I'll say what it is first and what it does second. I think it's going to be okay. So vowel merge. So X merge. We do drop special. Merge X. When condition merge chance. Do you hear the machines behind me? Oh yeah, you do. Those fuckers constantly... No, it was not even drilling. It was either it was like wind blower or something, or like a rotophile. I don't know how to say it in English. Like the things that cuts the grass with like a wire spinning really fast. It's awful. It makes so much noise, and it's fucking useless. This is one of my combat in life. The grass culture in France, it's less worse. In America, it seems to be horrible. But the grass culture, like the having a nice, how do you call that? There is a word for that, right? But having a nice cut grass, like very, very short and whatnot, is incredibly stupid. Even more where I live, because we live in an apartment, we live in a building, so all of the grass that is below, we don't go there, right? It's purely decorative. So we could let it grow a little bit and actually have flowers and let it be a place for insects and things to go. It would be more beautiful, it would be ecologically interesting, and it would cost us less maintenance. Fucking useless piece of shit. Sorry. 50% chance of dropping one special letter. Chance of dropping action. Special letter. Okay, we're getting there, And then we have to do it, which is even worse. X merge Okay, so in here it's X group merge. I don't know if I should do that, but I'm doing it. X merge. Spawn X group. Okay. When condition merge, chance of dropping from action value. Okay, Roddy and Goldux. Those are the last ones. Let's go! Rock. Rune. Rock. Spawn X group. The description. Rune. Gold. Rock. Spawn gem. Okay. When a rock is destroyed, chance of dropping action letter from can't fucking write action value. After that, I'm taking a break. A mental break. When the gold rock is destroyed, chance of dropping one gem letter. Oh my god. Oh my god. So I feel like probably this could kind of be avoided, but then you really have to structure your upgrades. If you know exactly how structured your upgrades are, or your runes in this case, you can do something that generates this. You just put the right values and the description is generated because the description is so formatted, right? Okay, quick break. Wish list. I'm so tired. Wish list. Obo, how many? Oh my god, 90. That's shit. That's shit. We really need those YouTube or other people to give us some wish lists. Give us some wish lists. Please. Please feature our trailer. Feature our trailer, please. Lexispell, 2600. 0? Really? 0? What? Where are we? Ah, this is my video in action, as you can see. From I don't know, this is 0, 3, 7, 7, 5. Which video in action? 40 on May 18th, so yesterday. Yeah, okay. This is a bit better. Just wanted to stop by and saying I'm loving your content. Keep seeing your video on YouTube and r/Godot. Thank you, Bear Like Lion. Appreciate. As you can see, the videos on r/Godot are working a little bit. This is not enough, but it's better than nothing. This is how I see it. Okay, so localization over there. And now what we can do... Hey, Cavino, how are you doing? How are you doing, sir? I'm tired. Because what I'm doing is very repetitive. But otherwise, it's okay. I think I'm going to create them like that. It is fucking repetitive. I feel that. Having caffeine as we speak. I'm also injecting caffeine in my veins, but unfortunately it's not enough. I was like motivated and all, and the moment I started doing that task, doing the very repetitive thing of like naming the thing, writing the description and whatnot, like all of a sudden my brain went like Windows shut down sound effect, you know. Okay, we need to restart now. You know what we can do now that we are as we are still machines? I think I have an idea. I know the feeling, it's rough, yeah. And it's basically every time I reach the moment where I'm doing content in a video game. I mean, I've been doing content for a while, but like, it's the final push, so I'm doing a lot of content. It's freaking boring. The actual implementation part is okay, but writing the definition, creating the resource, all of that, creating the assets, oh my god. This is shit. This feels awful. Awful. I wish I had an intern to do it for me. It takes so much time. I'm writing the definition. I'm thinking about what it is. I'm finding a name. I'm writing the definition. I'm creating the enum. I'm creating a resource. I'm copying all the values inside of the resource to set it up. And then I implement. And I need to do the visuals for those specific things. For the upgrades, I don't do visuals, but for those specific things, I need to create that. Fucking awful. I can remove that because I don't use this anymore. And then we have, look at that beautiful software that I paid for. Not fucking capable of aligning stuff so that it's not, so that it's a whole number. You see, this rune letter copy is at 0.4448 pixels. So you would expect that fucker to be able to put itself at the right spot, and now it works. It's shit. Rolfio! I can't wait to fucking move to Figma and Blender. Because it's awful. It's one of those days. Yeah. But it's cool. I found a way to create content, so I'm good. I feel good about it. Hello, Rothio. Welcome. How are you doing? Going to the gym. Have a lovely stream. No problem. People from the stream, if you know, how was the release? How was the release? I have to rework all my tutorials text too. I'm procrastinated too. Ah, yeah. Good luck. Good luck. This is not fun. I can tell in a minute. Amazing. Awesome. That's awesome to hear. Congrats. Congrats. Releasing a game. Releasing this game is freaking cool. And if it goes well, it's even cooler. It's twice as cool. So, congrats. Was living halfway overwhelmingly positive. Awesome. Really good in consoles. Oh yeah, you released on consoles too. Wow. And 97 in open Metacritic. Perfect. Freaking perfect. Congrats. This is huge. This is huge. I feel like we are seeing so many successes this year. So many indies are doing well this year. This is crazy, right? I feel like this is a very good year for indie devs. I'm sure, unfortunately, some people are not doing that well. I mean, me, for example. But we are seeing so many successes. It really feels good. It gives hope, I think. So that's awesome. Congrats. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. If you don't know me, I made a video. If you struggle with UI, I made a video explaining how I animate my UI in Lexispell, the game I'm working on. So if you are interested, it's pinned at the top of the chat. The video has been well received. People are loving it, saying that it's really useful. So I recommend watching it if you want. Share a link. It's pinned at the top of the chat, my dude. I share it again. Apart from that, I'm working on Lexispell. I need to announce the release date, but it's for the end of the month. So if you are into word games with a physics twist, Lexispell is your game. You can find it over Steam. There is a demo if you want to try it. I will announce the release date tomorrow, probably, if I finish this trailer. And we announced a new game. We announced a new game. Why is it in French? Can you stop that? We announced a new game. I'm not working alone on this one. Obo is a horror game about a cursed game of coin flips, of heads or tail. So if you are into that sort of game, kind of like Inscription vibes and Buckshot Roulette type of game, you can wishlist that. We made the initial version for the GMTK Game Jam last year, and we finally published it. We are going to participate in Next Fest, and we need your help. We need to get the word out, and we need people to be excited. I think we should start a playtest to get people excited on Steam, honestly. I think it would have been a clever solution. Because right now, it's not bringing enough people. So yeah, these are the things that I'm working on. So don't hesitate. if you want to check those things out, let the players play your game. Totally, totally. The problem is we don't have enough for the playtest, and preparing a playtest takes effort. I mean, what we could do is we could try to come up with the demo game loop really, really fast, cut everything, cut every bit of like lore, and just have the parts that we want to have in the demo in terms of gameplay, and put that as a playtest. Could be a solution. But it still takes time, and I can't do that right now. I just don't have the time. So, yeah. Each drop value old gem. Each drop value letter. Last drop special. So what I'm doing right now is I'm creating runes. As you can see, we have runes. We are going to have a total of like 17 runes or something. Runes are basically triggered when something is happening in the game. Like a letter is dropped or something like that. And they usually drop more letters or drop specific types of letters and stuff like that. This is to help you get the letters that you want in the game. And so the runes are pretty cool, and we need... So I'm with this batch, I should have everything that I need. What software are you using to make the gems? I'm using Affinity Designer, but I'm not happy with it. I wouldn't recommend it. So far, it's the best vector editing software I've used. But one, it's not going to be supported anymore because it became Affinity Designer, which is free. When it has been bought by Canva. And second, it doesn't work on Linux. That's why I'm running Windows right now, because I need to run it. And third, it's shit. It's shit in many aspects. The UI, the UX could be much better. And for what I'm doing, I feel like... how is it called? Figma would be much better. Just because of the UI, just because of the UX, Figma is just so much better. Look at that. Look at that. I duplicate something, okay? I duplicate something. I want to position it. And look at the fucking Y position. Do you see the Y position? Do you see it? It's a fucking... It's not a whole pixel, and it does that all the time. It doesn't want to snap to pixels. So you might say, oh yeah, but that's not a problem, right? It is a problem, because then it exports at the wrong size. And my document is set up to snap to whole pixel and stuff. It's just always like that. It's really frustrating. And this software is full of stuff like this. But it's okay. Okay, I need 2 last ones, and we are done. I need the rune Rock Spawn X group. And I need gold, rock, spoon, gem. Okay, and we'll do that. We'll do them later. We'll do them later. Hello, Fruit Superman. How are you doing? We'll do them later. I'll design them after. Oh, you know what I could do? I could export all of them right now. And that way I can set up my resources and I don't have to go... Oh yeah, I do all the boring stuff now. Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So what do I mean? Because they have their names. Of course they don't have the right value yet. But it doesn't matter. Where are the other slices? Right, we can just select them. Oh, I hate it. We can export all of them. That way we can set them up in the resources, and when we will update the look of them, they will be already set up at the right spot. And we will gain some time. We are not done. We are not done. We need to just create all of the fucking resources. I kind of want to die. Should we? Okay, let's do a pause. It's too boring. My brain is underwhelmed at the moment. Let's do something. No, not my chat. Thank you. Let's look at Twitter for a second. Let's see some cool stuff from people, and then we'll go back. I can't. My brain is fusing. It is so boring that my brain just wants something else. I need some dopamine. I need something else. Do you make the game in Godot? Yeah, Godot. Godot 4.6. Oh yeah, you posted that on Discord. Let's go. Shit. Mangrove, water lilies. Cool. So you do that instead of working? Yeah. You charge on dopamine via X? I think I do, yeah. How do you do it? How do you do it? Look, it's going to be cool. We're going to see some cool stuff. Okay. We don't care about that. Some better VFX. Ooh, that looks nice. Oh, that looks nice. This is so satisfying. Imagine an incremental game like that, where you have missiles and you need to throw them at the right spot. That would be cool. I love this style. I love this style. That's a dream marriage. Put the game in French and kill somebody with a baguette. Is that Sir Thanks a Lot? Sir Kicks a Lot or something? I don't know. The fog in Undead Legacy is constant and it hits different. Is game dev really hard, or am I intellectually lacking? I think this is something that people should be aware of. I think it's not for everyone. Let's be real. Especially solo dev, it's not for everyone. You need such a specific amount of skills, and in so different areas. Realistically, many people will not have it, it doesn't mean people are too stupid or anything. It's not that. It's just usually, I guess most people don't have... They have a specific interest, but they might not have all of the interests required to do indie dev or solo dev. Like they might enjoy the art process and maybe marketing, or maybe they like telling stories and coding, but they don't like art, they don't like stuff. You see what I mean? You need to like so many different things. Maybe it's just, I think it's really not for everyone. This game looks so juicy. I need to reach out to see if they want to bundle with me. This guy announced his game and he received so many fucking wish lists. I don't know if you saw it. I think he reached like a 10k wish list in like a day or something. Also sorry, but if you're making an action game, like starting with that, I think is really clever. Like the first 3 seconds are 3 different clips that are showing you everything you need to know about the game. 4 clips actually. And then it actually takes its time. That's interesting, right? It catches your attention and then it sets the mood. So then it sets the mood. It sets the mood, which the mood is really cool, right? The visuals are interesting. The mood is cool. And then it goes back to action again. This is a dungeon crawler, I think. This is pretty cool, right? And so they're really selling the game really well, I think, with this technique. And I'm going to rework the trailer from Obo to make it more selling. Melee magic, a foot in the face, great start. Yeah. Or it will take time to get the minimum level to be able to do something decent. Yes, exactly. It will take time. Yes. And some people are very resourceful, which means that you don't necessarily need to be good in all of the categories, but I think you need to be resourceful enough to be able to know your own limits and work around them. For example, if you're someone that struggles a lot with art, you need to find ways to make things that still look cool or interesting without requiring beautiful art. And that can totally be done, but again, it's a state of mind. It requires skills, it requires effort. And so yeah, it's not going to be everyone. So that's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool. Anyway. You need to make panels with a lot of animation and stopwatch. Yeah. Oh, Mike is releasing a game for free really soon. I don't know what the game is going to be about, but I think he said he was releasing a game. Even if people are saying animations are too slow. Animations are too slow, they're saying. You can make them more punchy. I will release a new game, a new free game this week. Awesome. Okay, what? What are they doing? Run, get extension, trace material, show on plane, Deary, logger, confirm, show on plane. They're showing it before. Interestingly, you don't actually need to display the materials anymore. Okay. Interesting. Blue Ukulele shared numbers. It was interesting. This game is really juicy. This one is interesting because he's sharing a lot of stuff online and it doesn't seem to be doing very well. I'm wondering if it's because the premise of the game is not interesting enough. I'm wondering what's happening, but when you look at the game looks really, really juicy. I love this kind of UI and kind of aesthetic. Look at that. Look at that. I don't think it's doing that well. 19 followers, it's not doing that well. Click the button. I'm wondering why. I think it's maybe not looks hand-destroying. Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe it doesn't look compelling enough. After a careful consideration, I'd like to return my trial of adulthood and have my childhood refunded. Totally Mars, I agree. Maybe made a 1 times x times 4 option. The pedals start pointing on 1 times 4. Or not, but this is maybe too close to a cookie clicker, so yeah, true. It's probably very close to a cookie clicker, but not with the same depth. So, yeah. And I think it's very abstract, right? It's very, you're just clicking a button. You're taking the incremental to the minimum, to the simplest form, and maybe people are just not vibing with that. Maybe people are not vibing with that. I'm still tired. I don't feel like my dopamine is refilling right now. I feel a little bit better, but not that much. This can't do 41 likes. You see, this is something I find unacceptable. A screenshot of Unity with a title screen can't do 41 likes. This is just unacceptable, and it's probably going to do more than that. It's just not acceptable. I don't agree. I don't think it's normal. I don't think it's normal. You hear me? It's not normal. This looks cool. I've seen this game multiple times. It looks cool. The squish on the objects, in my opinion, is not good because it's using elastic, but it's way too short, so it makes things go really like that. I don't personally like it, but maybe it's part of the game. To be honest, maybe it's the goal. I think I've never seen that. I have never seen that. I have never seen someone put his game in landscape and in vertical. Honestly, this is kind of clever, because when I'm showcasing Lexispell, very often I don't want to take the entire vertical space, because you need to see the other things that are happening, like the score and the upgrades and stuff. So this can actually be a cool way to display both. That's clever. If I remember well, it's a YouTuber game too. No fantasy, no gameplay. Yeah, you mean about the button click? It's because it's dude has big follower power. Yeah, but that's unfair. That's unfair. I made a fishing rod. Should we add a fishing mechanic? Oh, this is Foghorns. If you are into horror game, Foghorns is really cool. I played it. I enjoyed the mood a lot. The button one. Yeah. If you're into small horror games, I enjoy the mood a lot, and I enjoy this kind of physics interaction. This is something I want to develop more, especially in horror game. I feel like it's the kind of physics interaction that is interesting. So instead of having a direct input, instead of like grabbing the thing and being able to turn it exactly where you want, you have like an influence over it. Does it make sense? You're like dragging stuff. So as you can see, there's like a distance. So you're grabbing the thing and then you're pushing away, and so it tries to go towards the mouse. The advantage of that, it's like kind of like force based. It can give you a sense of, it can give you a feedback on the force, even though you're just moving your mouse, because you see if it's actually going towards your mouse fast or not. And in the game, it's actually used because at some point you will struggle to make the thing rotate, because it's like kind of stuck and stuff. Adding weight, make it immersive, exactly. And you turn a simple interaction on something in something that feels a bit more alive. Same thing is true in here. Look, when you open the chest, you are actually doing the movement of opening the chest. Honestly, it's an interesting mechanic. Kind of like, I feel like this is part of the reason why Control was such a cool game, because you do a lot of physical stuff, right? With telekinesis, you make objects fly everywhere, and you throw them and stuff, and it feels very good. So this is a cool game. I recommend checking it out. There's a demo actually, so I really recommend that. And I will comment because I like them. I like what they do. Okay. Cool. Oh, this is so cute. This is so cute. Egg. Egg. They just said egg. Interesting. This is kind of like it feels a little bit like the game from Pierre, where you do chains and stuff, but it creates attacks. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, they're reposting that. 20 hours remain. Okay. I have regrouped. I'm ready to create the things. I think. You know how I'm going to do it? I'm going to do it like that. What you don't see is that on the side I have something so I can create the runes. I think I'm gonna create all of them and then I'm going to fill them. It's just going to be easier. This is the worst thing ever. This should be automated. You agree, right? You agree it should be automated. And I do agree. At least it's faster like that. Oh shit. Okay, I'm nearly done. And that's it. That's why I dislike socials. It doesn't refill me, it drains me. Just following you on this session, and I want a nap so badly. Oh, really? It depends. It depends the mood I am in. Honestly, a real break, like going outside, walking for 5 minutes or something, would probably have been better. But at least it showed me some cool stuff, so it kind of motivates me to work on my stuff. You know what I mean? It's just that what I'm doing right now is boring. So yeah. Okay, let's continue. Can you believe it? We are still doing that. So drops round special. It's okay. Each drop. Oh, it's not even in the same order. I think I'm gonna do it in order of my thing in here. So rune first drop gem. First drop gem, and in here we need to do first drop gem. What should be the price, by the way? They cost so much money. 3. I think first drop gem is kind of shit. Maybe 2. Okay, first drop value gem. This one is 2 and the other one is 3. I didn't do a first drop value gem. I did. It's first value gem. Each drop value all gem. And imagine that then I need to set up the actions and everything. Kill me. Kill me. This is why it's better to do a few each day. X letter. X group. Spawn X group. Overcraft, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Nap time, I'll come back later if I wake up. Thanks for the stream if I know. Good luck. X group, spawn X group. I kind of want to take a nap right now. Hey Camilos, first dev I see with light theme. Because I'm the only real dev out there. That's probably why. Vowel. Vowel merge. It's this one. Vowel merge 3. X group merge drop special. X group merge drop special. X group merge drop special. Long time no see, what have you been working on? I've been finishing this game. It's releasing at the end of the month, and I've announced Obel, the game I was working on with Woland. And you, how are you doing? X merge spawn X. X merge spawn X. X merge spawn X group 2. Okay, it's nearly done. It's nearly done, but it's not really done. I want to die. I want to die right now. X spawn X group. Rock spawn. Rock spawn. This should be relatively cheap, I think. And finally, the gold one. Gold rock. Gold rock. And gold rock. And this one is like 3. Same old. How much time have you been working on it? I don't know. I started prototyping the first thing like last year at around the same time. But I was working on my previous game, Hyperslice. So I didn't really work on it full-time. I started working on it full-time towards a little bit at the end of the summer. And then after I released Hyperslice, so after January. So in total, probably 6 months of active dev time, I would say. I'm not even sure. Deving so much at work that I can't look at a computer at home. Oh my god. That's a shame. Okay, so now we have a new problem. What we just did right now is we set up the runes. So for example, if we launch the game, we should see them, and we should see the... But they won't be complete because they're missing stuff, right? So we won't be able to see them correctly. Hey Pierre! Pierre, cheer me up. Hello guys, cheer me up. What I'm doing is incredibly boring. I'm adding content and it's so fucking boring. I wanna go to sleep right now. Maybe you need to add 4 obstacles in colors and you can switch between the colors. Yeah, sure, Camelos. Welcome, welcome, everyone. I'm working. Hey, Leah. I'm working on content. So as you can see, the runes that are here that have no icons are the new runes that we are implementing. But it takes so much time. It takes so much time. You find the name. You find what they do. You write the description. You add the enum. You create the resource. You create an icon. You set up the resource with the right values, and then you fucking implement. It takes forever. That's awful. I want to die. Never ever again I'm making a game with upgrades and stuff. It's so fucking bullshit. So anyway, we are doing that, and as you can see, they are not yet set up correctly because every in 1 minus blah blah blah. As you can see, those are not set up yet, so we need to do that. When I can't be bothered. I fucking hate all of that. Should I take another break? I just took a break like 3 minutes ago. So anyway, I hope you're doing good. If you didn't know, we announced a new game on Friday. Was it on Friday? I think it was on Friday or on Thursday. I don't remember. But we announced Obo. I'm working on it with Woland. It's a horror game. And it's going to be in the June Next Fest. So yeah, it's going to be cool. It is going to be cool. Oh my god. In case... Do I have the right thing for Obo or not? No, we don't. I need to modify that. Okay, give me a sec. I'm gonna modify it. It's gonna feel better than working on this. It's the wrong stuff. How do I connect to this shit? How do I connect to this shit website? Login. Maybe I can help automate some job, like when you made the gem pictures and add it into Godot. Probably Claude can do it in one shot. Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't want to. It's miserable, but it's still my job, and I like doing it. I don't want to automate my life out of my job. I talked about that at length in the last stream. I'm not going to do it again. But my general view on AI is that it's shit. Let's modify Obo. Right? Congrats. Thank you, Leah. Thank you. Do I see it? Do you see it? Obo. Obo. I don't even have the Steam link in here. I don't want the fucking French version. I don't know why it would put the French version. I never browse in French. My computer is in English, Steam is in English, everything is in English. Why would it give me the French thing? Okay, I'm not even explaining what it is. I could do Obo. Obo is a high-stake mysterious. You're trapped. Let's go. Look at that Obo. Let's go. Remove the French. Exactly. Maybe there's a demo that we could try. Maybe there's a demo that we could try that would make our life feel a little less horrible. Ooh, there's an update for our creators. Ooh. I need to try that at some point. About fishing, I should try. This was really cool. I played it, it was really short. I really recommend this game. The dungeon experience, it's just so freaking weird. It was really cool. It was... I don't even know what it's going to be exactly, but it was just fun. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. I don't know what's happening, but it's, you know, it's fun. I recommend it. I recommend it, and I'm removing it from demo because I played. And that I already played. It's in my wishlist, right? Yeah. And I can uninstall. I don't need it anymore. Textured low poly. Love that. How do you decide to go for a horror game? I love horror. I want to do more horror games. I have plenty of ideas, plenty of things I want to explore. The way I see it, it's one of the most interesting genre or theme to explore. There are so many things you can do. And I feel more free than when I'm making a normal game. I talked about that a little bit at the beginning of the stream. The idea is, the more something resembles a game, the harder it is to try stuff, right? If you're making Mario is it's just a game, right? It's like you jump, you collect stars, and you end the level. Personally, whenever I make something that is a game, I feel constrained by the fact that it's a game, and it's very difficult to try other things inside of the game itself, like even if you have like a cool visual idea or whatever. And it really limits what I think about and what I can do. And I feel like horror, because usually games are less gamey, they kind of allow you to do stuff outside of the usual gaming experience. I feel like you have more room to play with, yes. And I also have the impression that horror people expect the unexpected, so they kind of want new things instead of wanting another platformer. You go into a horror game because you want an experience, not because you want to play a platformer or an arcade game. You see what I mean? And that gives you a lot of opportunities, in my opinion. Hey Jotson, how are you doing? Interesting perspective. It's like how it's easier to draw characters the less human they are. Yeah, totally. Totally. Because you don't have the constraints of humans, and you know how humans should look. And it's very difficult to make something that is maybe human-like, but not really. It can feel weird, it can be difficult, so yeah. And games, people are expecting things, right? If you're making a platformer, if you're making a Metroidvania, if you're making a puzzle game, whatever it is, by having that genre definition, it puts you in a box, and then people don't want you to go out of that box. And the problem is, the box is not the same for everyone. I talked about that a bit earlier, but if you're making a roguelike, people are going to say, oh my god, you don't have meta progression, that's shit, blah blah blah. If you're making a roguelite, people are saying, oh my god, it's not a roguelike, no. There's always something, it's difficult, you have to navigate that. People have played a ton of roguelikes in their lives, they have played a ton of FPS, it's difficult. So, it feels like there is more freedom. And we saw examples from other games that proved me that I was wrong. For example, there's a lot of freedom in Ultra Kill. There's a lot of freedom in Inscription, right? So it's not because you're making a game that has a strong genre that you have to stick to it. But personally, as a dev, I find it hard. I find it hard to stray away from the initial genre, which I guess is easier with horror because it's less of a genre and more of a theme. And I hope I'm not wrong. I hope people see it that way. But from what I've seen, I don't know. I feel like it's this way. I feel like the mailroom could be anything, you know, for example. It could be anything. It's not like it's going to attract simulation players. It's closer to maybe a simulator, we would say, like a job simulator. Is it really going to attract job simulator players? I don't know. Not necessarily. I don't think I would play a job simulator, but because of the theme and because of the way it's presented, and everything, I'm attracted to it. So yeah, I think it's beneficial. And so because of that, you can kind of do whatever you want. Depending on what you do, you could end up making me do something completely different in the game, and I would like it. There's a lot of freedom, although I did get one comment from someone who wished it was buckshot roulette. Interesting. Interesting, because there is nothing that would hint at the fact that it's like buckshot. Like there's nothing similar, right? I mean, unless you want to be killed because you send the mail wrong or something. I don't know. It's weird. But okay. Well, tell them to wishlist my game because we are closer to buckshot roulette. Tell them to wishlist Oboe because we are really close to that. So basically, as a dev, I came up with a bunch of ideas throughout my career. I have a bunch of ideas, and many of them can fit in a loosely defined horror genre. And I feel like I will be able to explore and express myself creatively more than what I can do. For example, Lexispell, I enjoyed it. It's a cool game. But it's also, you know, I really want to move on. And even Hyperslice. Hyperslice, I like the tactile aspect, the gameplay. But same, I felt really constrained, and I didn't feel... I had some ideas to explore more creative things, but there was so much work on the gameplay side. I think it's also that. To take into consideration. It's not just about being limited, like, creatively by the gameplay. It's also that gameplay itself, the more complex your gameplay is, the more time it takes. Hyperslice was a lot of work because the gameplay itself is quite complex. There's a bunch of upgrades that change drastically how things react. I need enemy AI, I need a bunch of things. It's a lot of work. In a roguelike, in general, you need a lot of content, you need a bunch of upgrades and stuff. That takes a lot of time. And that time is time you can't spend on creating a weird moment in your game. And also, players might not expect or might not want that. So, that's my very long answer to why I went with horror. It's cool. It's, in my opinion, innovative. It's, in my opinion, where a lot of interesting ideas are explored. It's creative, and I like that. What would you rate this game out of 10? In terms of what? In terms of what? Skolcian. Sounds great. Yeah. And also, horror, I think, is misunderstood a lot, because as normies, and I consider myself a normie in terms of horror, I didn't explore yet the world of horror. I'm starting to explore it more, but I don't know shit. Horror is not just Saw or what else, or the Human Centipede or whatever, right? This is part of horror. This is a type of horror, but it's one type of horror, and there are plenty of other things that are, in my opinion, much more interesting and much more sometimes deep, or sometimes thought-provoking or something. It's not just purely there's blood everywhere or whatever. And I think that for many of us, horror is just that, right? Or it's jump scares. But I think it's a bunch of, like, a lot of different things. Game. Yeah, but in terms of what? What do you want? Rating for what? For fun? For how good it is? For how enjoyable it is to make? Or how much money it's going to make? What should I be rating it? What should be my rating about? Okay, this is because it's wrong. So let's go over each of them and create them, right? So let's go with the first one. First drop gem. First drop gem. On first drop request, action, letters. Amount 1. Normal. I don't put any value, right? Does that work? I have no idea. No, it's gem, actually. So rare. Is that it? Okay. Angry Bird. On first drop request. On first drop request. Action letters, it's going to drop a letter, or is it going to do it? I don't remember. I'm gonna do it like that, and we're going to fix it, probably. Each drop value. Old gem. Each drop request. Each drop request. Chance 2 plus actions to all gem letters. Drop a 6, I said what, 10, I think. Chance value, we said 5%. Given the amount of content and systems required, I'd say most roguelikes are on the higher end of scope for an ultra indie dev. They usually take over a year to complete, even when you know what you're doing. I think I would disagree. I think I would disagree because it depends what you see for what you see in a roguelike. What is a roguelike for you? Lexispell is a roguelike, so it doesn't have that much content. And most of the upgrades are relatively simple to implement because they touch just the words and the way they're calculated instead of introducing like new effects and new damage and whatnot, right? So I guess it really depends. If it's a Balatro-like, or something that is more abstract in its representation and not a character. If it's character like any roguelike where you have a character that is fighting, I would agree with you. It would tend to be big. But if it's not that, if it's mostly screen-based and text-based, it can be done way faster. But yeah, it's not fun though. I don't particularly enjoy making roguelikes, to be honest. I don't particularly enjoy that. Okay, drop was each drop value letter plus action to condition letter. The condition is going to be done, created automatically, right? Action generic, it's going to be 2. Last drop special. Action. Special. Okay. Last drop rare. It's okay, it's done, it's not that. X letters spawn drop gem. So every condition dropped Every condition dropped? It's what? It's a letter? Okay. So I want rare. And I want one. X group, spawn X group. Every condition dropped. It's dropped, it's not dropper. Chance. I think it's 100%. The value are going to be... It's normal letters, and it's 1, and the values are going to be created randomly. When vowels merge... Okay, so vowel merge... Chance of dropping 30%, I said. Of dropping action from action value. This is horrible. And I think it's normal letters. Merge X. X group merge drop. X group merge drop special. When condition merge, chance of dropping action special letter. 50%. This is awful. This is awful. X merge spawn X group. When condition merge, chance of dropping. So it's mergy, and it's 100% chance of dropping an action letter. And it's just a normal letter, yes. And then we do the rocks. Look at that, rocky. What do we do? When a rock is destroyed, chance of dropping, in this case, it's 10%. Of dropping what? One letter from group. One letter from group, and the group is random. And then the gold. When gold is destroyed, 50% chance of dropping one gem letter. When gold is 50% chance of dropping. Oh my god. Are you ready? Now we need to implement. Kill me. Kill me. I need dopamine. I need dopamine. Give me dopamine. Give me dopamine. Maybe it's risky browsing Reddit, to be honest. Browsing Reddit might be risky. Just make it exist first. What is this? Oh, cool. Browsing Reddit on stream is risky. It is risky. Because I don't follow just indie stuff. This is fun though. This is fun. But it's a little bit risky. I feel like I love the risk. Ah, this is tattoo stuff. This is too risky. Let's go on Twitter. Twitter is less risky. But really quickly, okay? It's just to feel a little bit better. May 28th for Kabuto Park on the Switch. Pretty cool stuff. I want to make an FPS